No, not now.
Want some candy?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
What? None of these are
All out of
horror movies.
Well,
like,
hello, Mr. Fancy. I hear you looking for family man, bitch.
Warriors and the Last Dragon.
It's like scary.
Want some candy?
What's up, candy killers? While Shotzi Blackheart's off being a ballsy badass, kicking ass and taking names, myself, Screamin E from the world's second greatest rock and roll band, the Memphis Murder Men, and Dominic Davey from Tsunami Bomb.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Are gonna hold down the fort and give you a little mini episode of Monster Candy Podcast.
Jabbering about whatever.
That was very good. That was very good. That was a great intro.
Thank you, sir.
It's guys only this time, everybody, because
Sausage party!
sausage party here at Monster Candy Podcast.
Sword fights!
Our third musketeer, Shotzi Blackheart, is on tour. I think you guys have probably noticed we haven't been spitting out the episodes
Anyway.
like we
Alright,
were.
we can start anytime.
And yeah, it's mostly because the show is becoming kind of a victim to Shotzi's success. Like, she's on tour so much.
She's tearing us apart!
Yeah, I mean, she's just kicking ass right now. So, like,
Hey man,
She's
you gotta
gone
do
all
what
the
you gotta
time.
do.
so we were worried about doing an episode without her because, well, I mean, she's a third
People like
musketeer.
tits and she's got them.
Well,
And
that's
she's way hotter than both of us.
she.
So
I would never have phrased it that way, but she is all of those.
that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, thanks for laying it down. Well, the thing is I guess, we have a question for you guys. Do you want us to wait for Shotzi and put out less episodes? Or do you mind having episodes of
Total sausages.
total sausages and have us do a couple more while she's gone and then just enjoying her when she's able to be on the show? So you have to let us know. If you listen to the show, go find us on Facebook or on Twitter,
Instagram.
Monster Candy Podcast. You can't fucking miss us. It's easy to find. And let us know, like, do you want us to make sure that we stay on point with episodes, even if it's going to be like just Screamin E and me and maybe a guest or something? Because Shotzi's going to be on tour. She's not going to stop touring. She's doing really well, and we're happy for her. But it means that we don't have her here. So let us know. I've already spent way too much time asking your guys' opinion. I'm probably not
Yes,
gonna...
fuck you guys. We're gonna do what we want anyway.
Yeah, you're probably not even gonna. You're not even gonna even tell us. You're not even gonna tell us what you like. And we're just gonna sit here.
You
and
just
have to
like
guess.
being told what to do, you dirty little fuckers.
Just tell us what you want. No, honestly, yeah. Let us know. So anyway, this is a mini episode.
mini episode.
We're gonna cover a couple of
Minis.
things.
It's cute, like little personal candies.
Yeah, like little undead zombie candy corns that we use as rating. So we're gonna cover a couple movies today and see how it goes. And you guys are gonna let us know how it goes. But first, horror news. It feels weird to do it without her. I'm gonna say. We'll do.
Ball sacks. I'm Shotzi Blackheart. Ball sacks. Horror news.
Yeah, eat a banana. See, it
There
doesn't
you go.
seem right without her, though. You know.
You know.
You did good though. You did try to
tried.
hold it down.
I tried.
All right. Well, it is time for horror news. So, what do we want to start with, E?
This isn't necessarily news, but I just want to say how I've said it before. We've agreed, but Z Nation
Yes, the show on Sci-Fi Channel.
is awesome.
It really is.
It's fucking good.
I don't think it gets nearly enough love.
I don't think. I mean, it might in some weird like cult following it has, but I haven't seen it.
Like I don't see talk about like how great Z Nation is.
It's good. It started off, and I'm always skeptical about these fucking sci-fi things because they're always super campy, which can be good.
Yeah.
But
I like that one of the things I talked about our show at the beginning is that we weren't the kind of show that would burp into the microphone and be drunk. And I realized that since we started this podcast, we've
are
all
all the
been
things.
drunk and burped into the microphone. I just want to point that out.
Drunk. I've never been drunk.
I have definitely been drunk on this show, and so has Shotzi. Go on.
Yes.
Anyway, Z Nation
Z
being
Nation.
great.
I saw some new episodes on. And I'm not even like caught up because,
I'm behind. I need to make that show a priority in my
but
life.
some new episodes popped on Sci-Fi, and I was like, all right. And then there was a fucking marathon on last night or yesterday.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to be up early, I probably would have stayed up all night and watched it. But I was just like, God damn, this is good.
I love that show.
And it's gotten better. In the beginning, it was kind of like super camp sci-fi style, but it's progressed, and it's like you were saying before, it's smart.
It's smart.
It's a smart TV show.
I think one of the things they do best was they took everything that The Walking Dead wasn't doing from zombie movies and then turned it into their show. And it reminds me of actually there was a video game series called Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, which is an awesome game. If you guys got Xbox 360, grab that game if you haven't. It's so worth it. I played it so many times. I might go home and play it now that I'm thinking about it. But this show feels like it's a fun zombie survival game, and this show feels like everything that's like implied in that game, but then turned into a TV show where it's campy and silly at times, but it's all like callbacks to ridiculous and scary horror movies involving zombie lore.
To me, it's like what Evil Dead 2 was to horror movies, like campy, kind of parody type stuff. To me, it's like a parody of The Walking Dead, but done in a way that's paying tribute to the genre.
Right.
Just like Evil Dead 2, and like Sam Raimi did all that shit. Like, obviously there were parody stuff, so it was funny.
Right.
But it was done because he loved the genre.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, it's like that because it can be really stupid.
Right. It's a love letter to zombie movies.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I'm behind. They have episodes. They have a season. I'm like, I don't even know how
I'm all
far
over
behind.
the place with it. Yeah.
I got to get back to it. But I was watching the show faithfully. I'm going to go back and watch it again, and pick up where it left off. I totally agree. I think everyone should be watching this show.
Yeah, definitely check out Z Nation.
Yeah.
Give it some more love.
It needs more attention. I mean, I went to a Walking Dead convention one time. I forget what they're called. And some of the Z Nation people were there, and they were really popular. So I think there's a fan base for the show that's pretty strong, but I just feel like I don't hear it mentioned or talked about. And I feel like it deserves it.
It does.
Anyway. I was actually a little disappointed because Fangoria is back, the magazine, and they've sent out the first issue of the relaunched Fangoria this month. And I was hoping to get one because I got a subscription. Did you get a subscription?
I did not.
Yeah, I got one, and I wanted us to be able to talk about it.
I'll just borrow yours.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
That's why you have friends.
But I didn't get it in time, so I'm still waiting for it to show up. But Fangoria is back, and I'm pretty stoked to see that. I have something I saw. I have a couple things I saw interesting. So Halloween is coming out. We've talked a lot about it, and you and Shotzi especially were really excited about Danny McBride being involved in writing it.
Yes.
And David Gordon Green working on it. And it looks like it's going to be humongous. Like, they're already setting it up to be like it. Like, when the revamped It came out and it was huge, I have a feeling this movie's going to be
People are like losing their shit over it already online, like all over the place.
It's going to be humongous. It's set up to be huge. I'm sure it's going to be huge. Everyone, so far, the initial reviews of it look great. But, so they're already working on a sequel. Like, it's already started. Like, they're already greenlit. Blumhouse is like going forward. But here's the thing. And okay, 2 crazy points about it. Number 1, they are shooting for a release date for the sequel to this movie to be out October 2019. Right? Like, that's crazy soon.
Do you think they already had that in mind though when they?
I think that the Blumhouse is just crazy, and they're like, let's
fucking
go.
do it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, and they're gonna just knock it out and try and. But that worries me for the second thing, the court. This is all. I got this all off Bloody Disgusting, so credit where credit is due. But on Bloody Disgusting, they say it's rumored that Danny McBride and David Gordon Green are not going to be involved. So already, like, what made this all happen is these two guys working, going to John Carpenter and being like, we got an idea. And then he got excited. And now they're already like,
Let's capitalize and turn this into shit.
Yeah, they're just already like grinding it out like a horror movie series, like all of them, or how it used to be. So it's like, all right. So
only time will tell.
So if there's another Halloween movie coming out in October 2019, I don't want to say that it's gonna be bad, but I'm not gonna say that I'm super excited about it.
It'll probably be bad.
But speaking of classics and revamps, have you heard anything about the court case around Friday the 13th? And I kind of wonder if any of the people have. So even some horror fans aren't going to catch this, but there's actually been a major crazy court case going on around Friday the 13th. Basically, Friday the 13th has been developed and continually nurtured by the franchise producer Horror Inc. That's who's been pumping out these fucking movies all this time, right? Well, originally, the original Friday the 13th movie was written by a guy named Victor Miller. And he was paid a nominal fee to write the movie, or they bought for a low budget.
Right.
And then it proceeded to become a huge success, making millions over the years, becoming this huge franchise. And there's a law that there's a copyright protection after a certain amount of time, like, in order to protect creators who make something, get paid a small fee for it, and then it turns into something huge. There's a copy. They have the right to sue or to, seize the property back or be paid. Usually they're just settled with.
Right.
Like, people see this coming and go, okay, here's some more money. Shh, go away. Let us keep this. Right?
Right.
Well, this time around, whatever money that Horror Inc. was prepared to give Victor Miller, or they weren't going to, I don't know, I assume they were going to, but wasn't enough. So Victor Miller sued them. So it has stopped Friday the 13th merchandise, the video game, which I'll talk about in a second, everything. It stopped it dead. Well, there was a court ruling, the first court ruling in it awarded Victor Miller control of the original screenplay. But only in the U.S., not internationally. Alright, so it's already getting complicated. I think the idea is the court's like assuming these guys will work it out and have to pay each other properly. Well, the problem is that Jason Voorhees was named and created in the first movie, and the mother was the killer. Spoiler alert.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know, right? But Jason, as we know him now, didn't, with the hockey mask, didn't come along until the third movie. So now we have a Jason whose name, Jason Voorhees, is owned by somebody else in a story that only controls the first movie, which is unconnected to the rest of it, but then it's a question of how much control everybody has of this, and it's very uncertain. Now, the crazy part about this is that the latest Friday the 13th project that has been super successful is the video game Friday the 13th, which I don't know if you've ever played. I don't think you have.
Not.
I own it. It's awesome. It's a video game which set up where you play counselors. One person plays Jason, and it's pretty much the counselors are trying to survive, and Jason's trying to kill them all.
Right.
And it's pretty balanced, and it's all on Camp Crystal Lake, and you can be a bunch of different kinds of Jasons. You can kind of dress your counselors all up in different, like, costumes and stuff, and it's like all this download content and all this stuff you can get, and it's super fun. There's all these finishing moves. It's actually awesome. But since this court case, they have been unable to upload all of the planned download content that they were planning to do. And this game is a big success. But it has been stopped dead in the tracks by this court case. And I guess the director of the video game makers Gun Media, who made Friday the 13th the game, The director is Sean Cunningham, and he's been trying to go around all this and reach out to Victor Miller and be like, dude, what can we do for you to at least allow us to keep going until this is settled? Like, people are liking this, I'll pay. We'll pay you. And Victor Miller won't even talk to him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so like they can't do anything. So work on new content for fans was suspended. They had all this planned, like new content based on the movies, keep it all coming out, and now it's like locked down tight. And that's why there's no Friday the 13th movies. That's why there hasn't been anything done with the video game. If you've played the video game, if you play the video game, you know how rad it is. It is awesome. I mean, it's really just like there's another game called like Daylight's something, but it's based off another game where you put up a bunch of people online and they become a group, and some are counselors, and some of the victims, some of the is the hunter. This is just a variation, but it's Friday the 13th, and it works so cool. But yeah.
Sounds like a disaster.
Oh, it's a disaster. It's a crazy.
I mean, I get it. On one hand, it's like, hey, this was my concept initially.
Right. Well, I mean, all the lore is based on that first movie.
Right.
Even if they changed, like, who the bad guy is.
Right. But then it's like, okay, but if it wasn't for the hockey mask and all that, would it be as successful?
I think that's Horror Inc.'s perspective.
So I get both sides, but, hey, man, can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, and those were the eggs, the first movie, like...
I mean,
you can't make an omelet without a fucking chicken.
I don't know how much they were planning to pay Victor Miller, but they made Victor Miller wait a long time, so they're clearly not friends. I mean, he had to wait till literally this finally expired before he could ask for more money.
None of this would be there without him, so it's like, just give him, if he wants $2 million, give him $2 million.
I bet he wants a lot more than
Probably.
that.
But
I bet if it was $2 million, they'd give him $2 million. But I think that he's like, you've made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Okay, yeah. Give him $50 million and be like, there you go, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what they offered him? Yeah. Maybe he just wants control of it himself. I don't know, but I mean, he's not talking to this video game guy. Probably because he's like, I don't need to talk to you.
Yes, I get it.
And it would maybe complicate the case if he did accept money.
He probably can't.
Yeah, so. But that's what's going on. If anybody's wondering, like, oh, all this Halloween shit, what happened to Friday the 13th?
There you go.
Let's be honest, Victor Miller, we already know that you, like, watched Halloween and how successful that was, and then wrote this movie, so come on.
There you go.
But still, I mean, the man's due some money.
Get your money. Get paid, motherfucker.
And that's it for horror news.
Horror news, motherfuckers.
Eat a banana.
All right.
So,
let's get on with this first mini episode.
We're going to deal with a couple little clips and conversations. Starting with
The Meg.
The Meg. We're going to start with The Meg.
Let's go on with The Meg.
Yeah, The Meg.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Big ass fish.
Big sharks. Did anybody see The Meg? If you saw The Meg, then you know.
You do know.
That this
Hopefully
movie's
you know.
fucking ridiculous.
100% ridiculous.
But kind of fun despite being ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know if I laughed the way they wanted me to laugh, or I laughed exactly how they wanted me to laugh.
When we went to see it, I think we we got it. I think we got it.
I love the movie, but it's fucking ridiculous.
It's bad.
It's real bad.
But bad, and like I said, while we're watching the movie, I'm telling Dominic, I'm like, dude, this is totally like a 50s sci-fi movie, but shot today.
Totally.
Like the way it progressed, the scenes, the acting, like everything was stiff enough and campy, but trying to play it serious with this ridiculous premise.
Right.
And I appreciated the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so fucking stupid, and like,
this whole movie jumps the shark, but it is and pun intended.
Yeah.
But it is, you are 100% right. It is totally a 50s monster movie, and just as cheesy, felt almost like a stage play in some moments, but I loved it.
I did. I enjoyed it.
This movie. There were scenes where I was like, the shark's trying to attack one of the female lead that's in the water, and Jason Statham's like, I got this, I got a plan. And he throws on his diving kit and he jumps in. Now there is a megalodon trying to swallow a cage with a woman diver in it, and Jason Statham looks at the camera with a serious face like, I got this, I got a plan. It's like, what are you going to do once you jump in? And he jumps in the water and uses the rope to lead back to the cage that this shark is trying to swallow. And it's like, he doesn't really do anything. He's just there. But it's like, the fact that he's like, I got a plan. And it's like, what?
That was everybody in that movie.
You don't have a plan?
And just like the old sci-fi monster movies, and you got the fucking hero, or like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? Hold on, I have this giant laser gun in my closet that I just keep. I'm gonna go get it. Like shit like that. And they're just like, everyone's like, yeah, oh my god, totally. Like fucking Rainn Wilson was amazing in this.
He was amazing. He played the guy who financed the whole sea lab that all this starts with. But
it was like, what was it?
He was perfect.
What was the fuck? Was it Jaws 3, the 3D one?
Yeah. Jaws 3.
It was like Jaws 3D, like Jaws 3, but good.
Yeah,
because that one was stupid.
That was stupid. I almost don't remember what exactly happened. Oh wait, I do. Isn't that the one with Michael Caine? Jaws 3.
Yeah, it's one with fucking what's the name? The fucking.
There's references to all the Jaws movies in this movie. Obviously, of course there is, but like, I don't know. This movie is ridiculous and it's fun and it's terrible, but I heard from another podcast that they just didn't like it. They were hoping it would be a campy, fun movie, and it is, but it takes itself one notch too serious to be like an Army of Darkness. You know, like,
right.
It's not an Army of Darkness. It takes itself a little more serious than that. But it wants you to laugh at the sheer absurdity of the situation, rather than like
all of it's fucking
lines.
Ridiculous.
There's no like breaking of the fourth wall, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's like they're living in the moment. So I think some people were disappointed watching it. They thought it was going to be like an Army of Darkness, just ridiculous,
or like,
but it
like
is.
A Jaws,
right?
Like they want it to be real serious, like oh my god, it's whatever.
But I agree with you. I think the director and like they were trying to make a '50s horror movie, a '50s monster movie, today, which I appreciated it.
Yeah,
for that, because I felt like that was as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, you're right. That's what this is. This is.
I thought that was the goal, and
this is like the creature from the Black Lagoon, dumber, but like but essentially, or them, or
I've got some tranquilizers, and we're gonna fucking like just all the dumb shit that you're like, wait, what? You're gonna do what now?
You're not gonna go anywhere near that fucking thing. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
No, and the situations, like the deaths, are ridiculous. I don't know. I was shocked, everyone. I was shocked to find out that this stupid movie was actually a book. It was called The Meg, a novel of deep terror by author Steve Alton. And apparently there was a lot of adjustments here. Originally this movie was bought by Disney. The rights were bought by Disney, of all people. I don't know what they thought they were going to do. But I think the Deep Blue Sea or whatever, like they were like, I don't know, we don't want to make it against that. So this thing has been lounging around for a while. It was originally going to be a George Clooney vehicle. So yeah, I like George Clooney. So, but I mean, it would have definitely done a different.
I mean, I like George Clooney in The Facts of Life. Like
okay, that's way back.
That's
like
that's prime George Clooney.
I like George Clooney in Revenge of the Attack, like the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Was the Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's in that movie. Yeah. No one forgets George. We remember. But like the book is pretty crazy because I guess in the book the Megalodon was pure white, almost luminescent, and they couldn't make it look like that because it looked too fake and didn't look right. So they made it look like a great white. And then I guess the intro to the book, which I was really disappointed they cut this out. The intro to the book, a T-Rex chasing other dinosaurs stumbles into the ocean and a Megalodon attacks and kills the shit out of it.
Awesome. They should have kept that in there.
They should have kept that would have been the perfect 50s like style beginning. So I would have.
If they only would have used claymation. Would have been way better.
Yeah, and apparently, in the book, spoilers, mini spoiler, but you guys don't listen to this stuff if you don't hear it, if you haven't seen it. But in the book, Jonas, played by Jason Statham, kills the Meg by ramming his sub into its mouth and ripping the Meg's heart out from the inside.
See, they should have kept that in there too.
That's not how.
That is not how it ends.
That's not how it ends.
But
like,
that would have been awesome.
That is the most Jason Statham kind of thing to do. I'm shocked they didn't have that happen.
And he's like a typical fucking like meathead action star now.
Right. I mean, he didn't start out as that, but he's definitely embraced that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He's embraced it, and it totally works great with this movie.
I would have liked to have seen him. Honestly, if he'd have rammed the sub into its mouth, climbed out inside the body, ripped the heart out from, God knows where it was.
We're talking about the guy who was in, what was that fucking Crank or whatever that fucking shitty movie was.
Where he had to keep charging himself to keep going.
Like, come on, you could have had him drive through a shark. That would have been great. And he would have said something stupid. And
I hate and I love this movie so much.
Yeah.
I think I need to own it.
I think
it's like a movie you could watch over and over again in the background and not pay attention to, and then tune into for a second and go, "What the fuck?"
But Rainn Wilson is great.
Rainn Wilson's great. Everybody's great.
Everyone's great. But that character and how he pulls it off it's really fucking
it's pretty
good.
Hilarious.
Because he's
not Dwight Schrute, but I like this character almost as much as Dwight Schrute in his own way, his own terrible, weird, ridiculous way.
I don't want to say he's probably the most. I'd say he's probably the most realistic character in the movie, which is
this movie is the definition of jumping the shark.
Yeah, but it's good. So
yeah. So what? Okay. So then
the ratings.
What are you gonna rate it? What are you gonna do?
You know, whether it was by design or accident, how they wanted it to come out, to me, as being a fucking 50s horror sci-fi monster movie.
Yeah.
That's the impression I got. So just because of that, I'm like, I'll give it 3 cute, adorable zombie candy corns because it's fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, but like this is like all the movies I like,
right?
And I appreciate it because they're camping it up, but playing it straight,
right?
So, to me, I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous.
Guys, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we're not saying, hey, go see this movie. Dude, it's so awesome, man. This is like the best fucking movie. We're not saying that.
Nobody's saying that. Don't quote us.
We're just saying, whether by design or accident, it came out, in our opinions, as a total 50s monster movie.
Yeah.
Head to toe. So, I enjoyed it.
I'm right there with you. I give it 3 zombie undead, cute, cuddly undead zombie candy corns, because it's terrible in a lot of ways that would have earned it a lower score, but I laughed so hard during that movie just going, what are you gonna, oh my, like, and my cheeks hurt, my ribs hurt. I laughed the entire, as far as entertainment factor, I was incredibly entertained by this movie.
Because here's the thing, you don't see movies do that shit anymore. You do, but they're trying to be serious.
Right.
And it's just bad writing. You're like, bad. What the fuck? Yes. Which, in the next couple mini episodes, we'll discuss a movie that failed in exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, but,
the
like,
next chapter of this.
Yeah, in the old fucking movies, that's what I think is the trick here.
Right.
We're used to seeing movies like try and fucking be straight.
Right.
And do it serious. Whereas you'd watch an old fucking, Fiend Without a Face. you watch it and you're not like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, they would really do that. Like, you kind of giggle about, like, oh, that's silly. Like,
Right.
whatever. Because you expect it from that era and, you know, whatever. This, nowadays, everyone expects a movie to be, like, so refined and fucking whatever. But this, to me, just came out and was like, you know what? We're just going to be fucking ridiculous.
Right.
But play it straight and hope people get it, because there's probably a lot of people out there like, dude, that movie is so fucking bad.
No, I know people didn't get it. They were looking for I don't know, they were hoping for something that was a little bit more meta.
Right.
And I think in looking for the meta, they lost the fact that the point of it is
It's a monster movie.
it's a monster movie. And if they turned it black and white,
Yes.
you know, and
have
like,
everyone talking like this.
yeah, and
you'd
had
be like, oh,
yeah, like you had that, like it would be.
I would love it if there was a black and white version of this.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. I would totally, like, as an extra.
I'm not gonna say when I buy this, and when I own it, I might just turn the color off and just watch it and be like, dude, this is so fucking great.
The effects are almost too good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bad, but they're good for
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it's a monster movie. It just needed the. I almost wish they would have done the music like 50s style, like just really crazy. I mean, they put a sample of Jaws, the Jaws theme in it, like, but faster, like.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like. It was just ridiculous. The whole thing. Yeah,
It was.
you know, and honestly, if you haven't seen it and you've listened to us talk about it, because we didn't really spoil anything. Actually, now that I think about it,
Yeah.
not really. Guys, rent it. It's totally a rental. It's a worthwhile rental when you're just like, I'm gonna watch a ridiculous, stupid movie. So.
Yes.
I'm gonna buy it, download it, or something. I need this movie in my life.
Yeah.
This is like a movie
It's
I'll watch
it's ridiculous enough
when I can't pay attention to it completely and just have something on the background.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. All right.
So there you go, dickholes.
The Meg.
The Meg.
I just still thinking about how stupid.
For Monster Candy
It's
Podcast,
so stupid.
this is Screamin E.
And this is Dominic Davy.
This is Shotzi Blackheart all the way from Wrestling Land saying, eat my ball sacks, not holes.
Wow. You've been listening to Monster Candy Podcast. Want to find out more about the show? Find us on the web at monstercandypodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Monster Candy Podcast. And you can find our Twitter at MonsterCNDYPC. Hey, we couldn't fit the whole name. What do you want from us? Let us know what you think of the show and if we're right or if we're wrong or what you want us to tackle next. We want to hear from you. Well, Shotzi and I do, but I can promise that E doesn't really care. To find out more about Shotzi Blackheart and her professional wrestling, follow her Twitter at Shotzi Black or her Instagram at Shotzi Blackheart. You can follow Screamin E's band, the Memphis Murder Men, on Facebook at TMMM official page or his Instagram at Screamin E. That's screaming with no G, add the E. For me, Dominic Davy, you can find my artwork at dominicdavy.com, my band Tsunami Bomb at tsunamibomb.net, and you can hear my other podcast, 3 Gigs, at 3gigspodcast.com or on the same platform you're hearing this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Monster Candy Podcast.
Suck my peanuts.